This story is amazing because we always talk about business offhand. We were just talking about capitalism and all of
Right.
this. But this is capitalism 101. And this story about John Henry Styles is one of the more low-key stories that's going on in the business world, but nobody's been really talking about it because he's kind of been spoon-feeding people. It's not a lot of public
Okay.
information. But I've spent time just, going through and putting the pieces together. So
Kind of like doing a deep dive on his
yes.
situation.
So we talked about the John Henry Styles situation with Loop Insurance.
Car
So
insurance.
let me give you guys a background if you didn't see the first video. So John Henry Styles, he officially lost his bid to buy his equity back in his startup Loop Insurance. So Loop Insurance was like it was him and his co-founder. So his co-founder, her name is Carey Nadeau.
Okay.
Now she's not last episode I didn't really know too much about her, but I did a little more research on her. She's not a shrimp either. Like she went to MIT.
Okay.
And she was like a statistician, and she was really into like the whole finance and making finance and insurance equitable. Okay. So it actually a good marriage. It makes sense.
I was gonna say, so this is how we got the co-CEO.
This is how we got the co-CEO and the like I can understand why they went that way. And looking at it from this perspective, I would say John should have been the chief marketing officer and like the brand officer, because that's what he's really good at, telling the story.
That's true.
Telling the brand.
That's
but
true.
I mean, he was co-CEO, so we're gonna go with that. That's where the power struggle is going on. Okay, so they built this company. They raised $34 million.
Okay.
They basically started having a bunch of issues with raising capital. They couldn't get their second and third raise.
Right.
So they had to lay off their whole team in 2024.
Damn.
But John put out a video talking about once they laid their team off, they turned the brand, got it back profitable. So I guess they were trying to bootstrap and do their own thing.
Okay.
And it just didn't really work out. So they did an ABC liquidation, which is similar to a bankruptcy, but with the state and it's less regulatory oversight and federal oversight. So they had to go back, and once they started liquidating, the creditors started getting paid off or made whole or just wiped out completely. And they were going to get the corporation equally because they started co-CEOs. They were going to, after everybody was made whole or wiped out or whatever with the liquidation, they were supposed to walk away with the company equal partners in a new separate entity.
So it's like a new venture?
And it's not a new venture, it's just a new entity. So Black Millionaires Holdings get wiped out. So now we got Black Millionaire LLC.
Gotcha.
And like me and you, let's say we're partners in this because we got.
So basically the slate is wiped clean,
and now
we get to start over.
They get to start over, and they get the assets and the intellectual property and the IP and all of that transferred to the new entity.
I understand.
So that's what was supposed to happen. But at the last minute, Carey Nadeau basically screwed John and sent him an email saying, hey, sign over all of your IP, sign over all of your ownership, or we're going to have to just put up a bid. He didn't sign over all his ownership. They placed 2 bids. Now, in the new video, John said this is the first time he ever felt that he was playing a game that was set up for him to fail.
Wow.
And the reason he said it was set up to him to fail is because they both submitted a bid. This is what he claims. He says they submitted a bid that was superior. It was more cash to the table. Now, these are just distressed assets from a company that just went basically bankrupt.
I was going to say.
Like, if I'm putting up 100,000 and you're putting up 200, you should just go with the highest bidder because the creditors need to get made whole.
Right.
So who's the better operator in all of this? They were co-CEOs. They both know the brand. So it's even in that instance. He said they submitted a bid on a Tuesday.
Both of them.
He submitted a bid on a Tuesday.
Okay.
He don't know when they submitted their bid.
Because
she was working under the table behind the scenes. So she probably could have been working on this for about a year.
I was about to say.
She probably could have been working on this for a year, 6 months.
Imagine she tanked the company just so she could take
deliberately, so she
imagine
that could business is war. That could have been
wealth is stolen.
now you getting there, right? So imagine she's playing this role. Oh, we can't raise any capital. We can't raise any capital. And then now he's saying in his video that she submitted the bid, she won the bid, but it wasn't without help. Meaning she had some investors that helped buy her and buy this asset from her, which is what I was saying last time, that if me and you are partners and you can get the capital and I can't get the capital from my network, you're going to start looking at me and saying, "Oh,
like you're not
John's
as valuable.
He's not as valuable as I am now, because if I can go raise the money, he can't. Why the fuck would I give him 50% of what I can raise?
Yeah.
When you should have did that because y'all were
partners.
Y'all started. They've been in this 6 years.
Yeah.
But that's probably what she was going through her mind is, if I got another partner willing to give me $5-6 million, I'm gonna give them the 50%.
Right.
I'm not gonna give him that. Let me screw him out. So basically,
I'm chaplain of the culture. I would never do that to you.
Hey, this is one thing my mentor have taught me.
I would never do that to you.
One thing my mentor has taught me: always have everything on paper. Be willing to go to court and stand on what you can stand on. Because he said people are willing to spend $2,000. They're willing to spend $20,000. Some people willing to split $200,000 if they come from a middle class. 2 million, 20 million, 200 million. That's when shit started to get, because now these zeros starting to change people. So people will split 20,000.
Yeah.
A lot of people won't split 20 million. If it's 20 million and it's 10 million, some people, they're gonna try to steal 2 million from you. They're gonna try to steal 3. They might try to steal the whole thing. And the thing about John is John basically said, I'm not gonna let her steal my stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, are you gonna go to court? This is why I say wealth is stolen, because if I put a gun up to you and say, give me your money,
I'm gonna give it to you.
You're gonna give it to me, but you can go to the cops and get it back. Or you can go to the cops and get made whole by sending me to jail.
Yeah.
Because now I have to face the federal court, state court, all of these people, the DA that's set up to protect you and everybody else. But if me and you do a business deal and I steal 20,000 from you, the same 20,000 that I stuck you up for with the gun, instead I steal it from you through lawyers or through a bankruptcy or tanking the company or whatever, through a business deal. Now you have to go through the courts to get your money back.
Yeah.
You don't have,
you have to spend money to get it back.
You don't have this the like civil court and criminal court. Criminal court, you're protected. You got a right to a lawyer, all of this. In civil court, you ain't got a right to shit.
Yeah.
Like the Constitution, they didn't think about business when they was writing that up. You know, they were thinking about individuals, and they were thinking about protecting the citizens. They're not thinking about protecting your private small business, because this is a small business when we really think about it. So she basically stole his equity, and now she's daring him to sue him. He don't got the money. I already know it. Like, I don't know John from a can of paint.
Right.
I know he ain't got the money.
I mean, if he didn't have the money to put up a bigger bid, then it's going to be
hard. If he didn't have the money to just self-fund the company himself, he ain't got the money to go to court. Because going to court is going to cost you about 400 to 500 G's. And is the company even worth going to court for 500 G's? I'd rather just invest my 400 or 500 G's into a new startup.
I mean, but at the same time, it's giving the Netflix password again, because what if I just say you can't have it?
What you mean?
You can't have the assets. Like, you can't have whoever's like possession it's in, like.
But they submitted a bid, and the third party
for all of the assets
selected her.
Wow.
It was a third party involved in this. Now, the third party could have got their palms greased.
I was gonna say,
and they just went with her bid
and cut him out.
Correct, because again, she could have been talking to the third party
for like
6 months.
Yeah,
and then she sent that email, and then it's like, okay, John, you got a week to put up an offer to get the assets. He put in an offer, and they just like, yeah, no, we're going with her offer.
Okay, yeah, because they were already in bed together.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. He had a week or whatever. He said he submitted his bid on Tuesday. Friday night at 4:45. They came back and gave him a laundry list of things that he needed to do to sweeten up his deal. And he said his lawyers and his partners are Jewish, so they don't work on Sundays. So they had until Sunday to figure this out, and they don't work on Sundays. But that's what he said. I mean, I don't really know who he's working with.
Yeah.
But this is literally in his video.
Yeah.
So He basically was saying he was set up to fail. He had no chance of actually winning
I
this
mean,
bid.
yeah, if somebody sends you an email and says, "Hey, this is my loan shark. You got, 2 days to I mean, it's already your loan shark. Like it's already your entity or your third party. Like you already know them.
Right.
So I don't know. Like I don't know how he can get out. I don't know. It might have to be. What did Jay-Z say? I get out of this suit straight to the mud. It might
I mean, but he's
have to be. It
in,
might have to be blue
in,
collar crime.
in my opinion, what he needs to do, just from my advice, is just sit back, constantly fight with them, like via email and follow up, whatever, just to leave
Like
a paper
stall it
trail.
out. Okay.
And then if it actually becomes something, that's when you sue, because a lawyer will take it on consignment and like basically they don't need to get paid, because if let's say they go sell the company for $100 million, a lawyer will take that because now they can go get half of the 100 million. So
Okay.
now it's millions involved. A lawyer will take that
Gotcha.
without being paid up front. Right now it's so small, you got to pay a lawyer.
Yeah.
And they're going to be $50,000 just to be a retainer. And then they're going to bill that retainer $500, $800 an hour, because in business you're incentivized to have a good lawyer.
Yeah.
Like, you want to have a good lawyer. Nobody wants a quick, cheap lawyer.
And then lawyers aren't incentivized, to your point, unless there's big money at the end. There's got to be gold at the end of the rainbow.
Because at the end of the day, if me and you going through a legal dispute, whether it's $1 million or 10 million, it's the same lawsuit. It's just another zero on the paperwork.
That's true.
So the lawyer may as well fight for a $10 million lawsuit versus a $100,000 lawsuit.
Heck yeah.
They're going to have to go to the same court. They're going to have to deal with the same crazy judges. They're going to have to do the same motions.
Yeah.
That's why billionaires and these big corporations, they're the ones who get access to the legal system. Yo, young broke ass, unless you are an attorney or your dad's an attorney, or somebody you grew up privileged and you have access to that many lawyers, you're screwed. You're going to get screwed over like John. John, I'm gonna invite him onto the podcast.
I would really like to hear from him.
I'm gonna invite him on and hopefully he come on. I don't know him though, so I mean he don't have no reason or incentive to come on my show. He can go on somebody else's.
That's true, but
I would love to hear a follow up on this story and him to at least be made whole.
Yeah.
Because remember what I said. I said he should just take a buyout.
Yeah.
Because buyout with an option.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he should take. A buyout with an option, bro. You're screwed. She got money. She got the lawyers. She can raise the capital. Access to capital is gonna always win.
Is this called a hostile takeover?
This is it's basically a hostile takeover. This is a smaller
it feels hostile.
Form. This is a small form of a hostile takeover. But you do know, this is so crazy, but you do know this is how Nikola Tesla, Tesla, the car company.
Yeah.
It was named after Nikola Tesla, who was
Okay.
an inventor. He was the protege of Thomas Edison.
Okay.
This is how Thomas Edison is like famously
Thomas Edison, the light bulb?
The light bulb and the electricity.
Yeah.
He didn't the light bulb or the electricity that Thomas Edison created was the one we don't use. That was the one that was causing house fires and shocking people and fucking people up. Edison was promoting that one. His protege, Nikola Tesla, was promoting the one we use today. But he wasn't a businessman. Edison was a businessman. He understood patents. He understood copyright. He understood the legal system.
Yeah.
So what they did is he partnered with J.P. Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
The bank is named after a person, John Pierpont Morgan. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he partnered with Edison to basically sue. Have you ever heard of Westinghouse TV? Have you ever heard of that? Mm-mm. So Westinghouse TV, if you look that up, the people who are listening to this,
let me see.
If you look up Westinghouse TV, they still sell them today. He was an investor in electricity. He just wasn't as popular and wasn't as wealthy as J.P. Morgan dude.
Okay.
So they basically sued him because he didn't understand business, Nikola Tesla, and they took, with a hostile takeover, they took his invention and made General Electric. GE, you ever heard of General Electric?
Yeah.
General Electric was Thomas Edison.
I was about to say GE GE and
So
Ford.
they stole all of that from Nikola Tesla, which is why.
And that wasn't even the electricity they were promoting it originally.
No, it was the other.
It was the other
It's
one.
like two different currents or something. Like, don't get me to
It's
talking
one
about.
that work and one that don't.
One that work and one that don't. That's all you gotta know. One that work and one that don't.
Yeah. Wow.
And
wow.
yeah. So that was another form of a hostile
I have
takeover.
to look. I have to look that up. That's a
Yeah.
good case study.
Yeah.